welcome to CVTV News. I'm Deedra Haven, here with my co-host David Kerr.
Thank you, Deirdre, and thank you for our sponsor, Germanna Community College. Find your future at Germanna. Fredericksburg area baseball fans should rest easy. At least that's the word from the Potomac Nationals, who earlier this year broke ground on a new stadium in Fredericksburg, not far from the Expo Center. Thing is, that was February, and apparently not much has happened at the construction site since. This has worried some of the area's baseball fans, which is a growing legion. But the Potomac Nationals, who plan to build a $35 million baseball stadium, say that they are still on track to complete the park in time for the first ball game of the 2020 season. The club expects construction to start in the middle of July, which they say gives them plenty of time to have the new stadium up and running in April, when the season officially gets underway. It has been noted, however, that if the club misses the April 2020 opening date, God forbid, which we all hope they don't, that under the terms of the agreement with the city, they have until 2021 to get the project done. Still, the Potomac Nationals are promising, just like the big sign you see going over to I-95 on the Rappahannock River, baseball in 2020. Oh yes, and if you've been wondering, the team's name, Potomac Nationals, is going to change. To what, no one knows. But a new city and a new fans, at least a new view of the club's owners, should mean a new name. It's likely that the new name will be selected very carefully, perhaps in a contest. So keep an eye out and start thinking of names. You may be the person that actually names the new baseball team.
Well, there's good news for bees. The Virginia Department of Agriculture... Bees, yes, absolutely. The Virginia Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, they have an annual beehive grant program. It provides beehive equipment directly to eligible individuals, and that's specifically in agricultural areas. Residents of Virginia who are 18 years or older are eligible to receive up to 3 beehive units per year. Honeybees and equipment to manage beehives are not distributed through the program. Individuals who submit an application for a beehive unit through the program will be registered as a beekeeper with the Virginia Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services Department. The good news is more than 2,000 applications for receiving equipment to construct the new beehive. More than 2,000 have been submitted through the 2019 Beehive Distribution Program. The bad news is the number of hives requested exceeded the available funding for the program. The overwhelming response and success of the program has prompted VDACS to suspend accepting applications. Well, no additional applications are being accepted at this time. The funds were exhausted and all beehive units were distributed for the fiscal year, which runs July 1st through June 30th. Individuals who submitted applications and did not receive beehive units will not be carried forward to the next fiscal year. You must reapply. If you did receive beehive units, the Virginia Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services encourages you to enter the apiary location on the Bee Check mapping system. If you'd like to register on the Bee Check or get a head start for next year, you may visit the website at www.vdacs.virginia.gov and search for the keyword beekeeping.
Bee site. I've been thinking about getting into the beekeeping business in my little farm.
I think it would be quite the nice addition.
Just have to maybe not tell the neighbors about it. They might be a little frightened. It often comes as a surprise to many people, but we have lots of parks in our area, state parks and national parks. Very few communities in America have so many, and they're all open to you to enjoy. As we mentioned in an earlier broadcast, the Widewater State Park, newly opened in North Stafford, has hiking, access areas for canoeing, and kayaking. There's also, just a few miles further north, at the Quantico exit, the Prince William Forest Park. This is a 5,000 acre tract, 5,000 acres. That includes miles of hiking and biking trails, some exploration trails, and overnight camping. And for those with a little more camping experience, there are backcountry experiences as well.
Oh.
You need a permit for that, though. One of the biggest draws, and something I highly recommend, is the Fredericksburg and Spotsylvania National Military Park. This park is a network of different sites and is run by the National Park Service. It includes many famous Civil War battle sites, such as the Battle of Fredericksburg, the Stonewall Jackson Shrine, the Battle of Chancellorsville, and the Battle of the Wilderness. They are spread out, but each one of them is an amazing experience, both in terms of enjoying nature and the historic aspect of the visit. Last but not least, there's Lake Anna State Park. That's one of my favorites.
Yes.
Lake Anna is one of the largest freshwater inland reservoirs in Virginia, covering an area of 13,000 acres. There is fishing, boating, and even an abandoned gold mine to tour.
I did not know that.
They run regular tours, so you can actually go there and sign up. So make plans, get outside, and enjoy these remarkable area resources.
The National Low-Income Housing Coalition's 2019 Out of Reach report recently released their newest study. Using the general rule that housing and utilities should not exceed 30% of one's income, they show the affordability of living in any area based on the fair market rent of a two-bedroom apartment. The Department of Housing and Urban Development set this year's fair market rent in our area at $1,665 per month. They show that a tenant in Fredericksburg, Stafford, and Spotsylvania need to make $66,600 annually, or an hourly wage of $32 an hour, to afford a two-bedroom apartment in our area. That's $7.76 more than the average hourly wage of renters in Northern Virginia and the Metro Washington, D.C. area. That means if you earn $24.26 per hour, you will have to work 53 hours a week to afford this. If you earn Virginia's minimum wage of $7.25 per hour, you'll need to work 177 hours per week to afford the fair market rent. If you live on a fixed income like Social Security or disability payments of $771 per month, a rental considered affordable would be $231 a month.
Ouch.
That's unheard of here. Caroline and King George counties found rent to be more reasonable at a fair market rent of $1,067 and $1,071 for a two-bedroom home. Out of Reach found that the housing wage is $20.52 per hour in Caroline and $20.60 per hour in King George. However, there's still an average wage gap in those areas. The average hourly wage in Caroline is $14.07 an hour. That's $6.45 per hour less than the housing wage.
Ouch.
The average hourly wage in King George is $16.63 per hour, or $3.97 per hour less than the housing wage. Virginia is the 13th most expensive state in the terms of housing. In no state, metropolitan area, or county in the U.S. can a worker earning the federal or prevailing state minimum wage afford a modest two-bedroom rental home at fair market rent by working a standard 40-hour per week, the report states. Housing wages outpace hourly wages for most service occupations. Out of Reach reports that the only high-growth occupations with hourly wages greater than the housing wage are registered nurses, software developers, and general and operations managers. If you're considering a move to a more economical housing area anywhere in the U.S., you may read the report and search by zip code at reports.nlihc.org/OOR.
Well, there's more coming up, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.